right, so on that family note, indeed, one day we go pop champagne. Welcome to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. It's been a very long weekend, Charlie. A lot happened, a lot of fun here and there. At Easter finish, picnic is done, eye clear. Right, it's a moment for us to start all over again, hustle and face the world. Anyway, guys, wherever you are this morning, you are cordially invited to join the conversation right here on yours truly. WoezorTV promises to be bigger and better. We serve you nothing but the best of breakfast, spanning from now to somewhere around 10 a.m. where we finally hang our cloaks and make way for other interesting programs to come your way. So quite a number of things, as I mentioned, right? We will take it right from how the entire Easter festivity went, where the fun was, and then what you also did around this particular period. We said it, I mean, we agreed that it was going to be a moment for reflection, but did that really happen? I mean, from every angle, from all quarters, a lot of people had enough fun. I think the Kwewu bars, yes, still on, but I think the celebration moved to the Amuganu Tome, because a lot of things happened over there. But of course, we'll talk about all of that later. But let's see how the day also pans out. If you have already spent all that was paid you, Charlie, then you have like some 900 days to go. It's going to be a very long one for you. But if you're able to save some, keep some for the remaining days in the month of April, Charlie, then you are good to go. But you need to work hard. You need to double up to cover up for the losses, because I know a lot of people went home to spend all that they end at the end of the month. It's just 7 days in the new month, right? Yes, 7 days. Today is 7th April. So it's just 7 days. You have how many days more to go? About 23 more days to go. Start counting the ceilings. Anyway, so you're welcome to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Let's quickly start off with our motivation for the morning. It's taken from Steve Jobs, and Steve says that be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. I mean, very self-explanatory. You need to be yourself out there. Remember, no one has time. Everybody is busy. Everybody is working out there. Everybody is taking. Everybody is just concentrating, focused on achieving what they want for themselves. So you need to be yourself. If you have to really attain that highest pedestal, you need to be yourself. You can't live the life of Clenham. You can't live the life of Randy. You can't live the life of Nah. That's Nah. You are you. You are Patrick. You need to be Patrick. You need to remain yourself and be true to yourself to achieve that particular target you have set for yourself. Remember, like he said, everyone else is taken. It means everybody is busy. I am busy hustling my left, right, center, and you really want to live my life? Also, Steve says that you need to be yourself throughout. You can't live that fake life. You know, you can't continue to pretend. You can't continue to lie. You can't continue to live in some sort of disguise here and there. You need to live true to yourself, and basically that's what the man is saying to us this morning. But how is the weather looking like as well? Fortunately, it didn't rain where I was throughout. It didn't rain throughout, but as it stands now, the weather is hovering around 27 degrees Celsius here in Greater Accra. Parts mostly cloudy. And then they are telling us that morning clouds followed by afternoon sun. So it's expected that the temperature will rise to somewhere around 32 degrees Celsius. Yes, 32 or 33 degrees Celsius towards midday and a little after noon. So it's going to be relatively very hot. So you need to just wear some light clothes and stay hydrated out there. We keep telling you every now and then. We have an interesting conversation this morning, right? You recall that I think last part of last week, there was this proposal that there will be an increase in the price of sachet water. We'll discuss that. We understand that that decision has also been reviewed, and they've taken a second look at that particular decision. We'll discuss all of that. But in as much as, yes, that conversation is on the table, it is just good for you to try as much as possible to stay hydrated. Right? The weather is really, really getting hot by the day. So just stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, Jainsa and Numusio, as I always tell you. And also, let me just use the opportunity to advise and caution our drivers on our various roads. I think, yes, relatively we've not really had any much incidents on our roads during this particular festive moment. There were 1 or 2 cases here and there, but please It is just right that we take all the precautionary measures on our roads. Our drivers, we beg you guys, right? Always adhere to the safety protocols. There are rules and regulations guiding our road usage. So please adhere to all of that so that you can stay alive. The passengers in your car can also stay alive. And passengers, meet the kuku, ye pamucho why. Stop heckling the driver. Stop yelling and screaming at the driver. Imagine, the guy is focused. He's headed somewhere. Your safety is in his hands. Why do you heckle? Why do you shout? Why do you scream? Why are you angry with the driver? You know, be you alone, they look for quick. Everybody wants to run to wherever they are running to. You know, and that's why I keep saying that if I have to go somewhere this morning, I'll prefer traveling, the previous day, yesterday, so that, yes, I can feel comfortable and relax. Don't rush it. So drivers, we beg, okay, let's be very careful on our various roads. And there seems to be some sort of traffic in town because a lot of people are coming back to the capital city after the long weekend. So please, let's just stay safe, stay out of trouble out there, and indeed continue to enjoy the moment as well. On that note, we'll take a breather. When we return, the chefs will be ready to serve you the best of breakfast. My name is Randy Ahaji. Stay with me. There is more.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Graham Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. But through now come, yeah, Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say Mahama, Africa and the Caribbean as one. And as one. Now a new day, now Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa, Africa is crying out.
There is one joint in Kaswa. I don't know where, but I know there is a joint in Kaswa. Yeah, that was what I. But you said it. Or who even told me that day?
Me no.
I asked of Coakley and they said, yeah, you can only get it in Kaswa.
Kaswa?
Yes.
Nah.
The other community in Kaswa is huge. Oh, that's a whole constituency.
I know. No, I know, Pa, but Kaswa, dear. Just Kaswa.
Maybe there could be other places we don't know.
See, like, please, if you know where I can get coffee, help me, okay?
Won't you fry? Won't you add
when
eggs
I'm taking
to the bread?
tea, I don't add egg.
Okay, that is you.
Do you know tea?
What is tea?
Tea is a beverage that is brewed.
Stop.
It is.
Our tea is our tea.
So say your Ghanaian tea. Don't
our
say
tea is our tea.
Before I move into the principles of tea preparation.
To tell her which tea.
My grandmother, my mother, she doesn't have time for me. I mean, my mother,
okay.
She wanted to throw me from my grandmother somewhere. My grandmother was the best.
I see.
Like. I mean, my mother, she's chasing customers to go and supply.
Exactly the point I'm building. So they wouldn't have time for you asking which tea.
I remember one time I followed her to the market and a woman was selling Oblayo.
Yeah.
And she called the woman. I don't drink Oblayo. She didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't drink Oblayo. She bought it anyways, hoping that I would take it.
Granules and that. But the taste is like the kaffa that I'm talking about.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Kaffa is another.
Yeah. It was a crowd that I saw someone sell kaffa with stew.
Yes.
With willy. Gee, kaffa with stew.
Yeah.
So I know kaffa is usually taken with, like light soup. Probably.
Yeah.
Because the notion is that when you're sick, you're not well, kaffa gives you some energy.
Yeah.
And that stuff. But when I saw you with stew the first time.
Suppose business, you are like, Baby kaffa, I don't understand why people should eat kaffa. Do people get satisfied when you eat?
Oh, it's an energy booster.
How many can you eat?
At least 2.
Because when the wrap is small, no.
Oh no, at least 2.
2.
Yeah. I remember play football days, we'll mash it, add a little bit of sugar.
Kaffa.
Yeah, just like how you mash kenke. So you mash it, pour it into a jug, a container or something. Yeah. Add a little bit of sugar to it. It gives energy, yeah. But Charlie, how was your Easter? How was your long weekend?
My Easter was great.
Okay.
I love the bit where
yeah.
I realized a number of them, some he had interacted with before and and her mat was at it again. And this time she came up with a shea butter ice cream. Like, whoa. Who would have even thought that shea butter could be transformed to ice cream and all after Kriya. It didn't end there. But now it has transcended into getting shea butter ice cream and all. And I think it was a great summit if you ask me. And that was the bit I loved, the exhibitors, and you saw a lot and how things are. If we are getting a lot of things in order and how things are. If we are getting a lot of things in order, the road construction is great. There are a lot of essential services. The road construction is great. There are a lot of essential services there. Why not? We can move a lot of our businesses, summits and conferences there. We can move a lot of our businesses, summits and conferences there, rather than always having to be in Accra and in the congestion and they can having to be in Accra and in the congestion and they can also connect to nature. They're better.
Yeah. I think the serenity of the area as well. So this idea is room to our business folks to open up, especially the private sector. And mind you, every economy to thrive, you need the private sector because they are to thrive. You need the private sector because they absorb majority of the working class. So they need it. And I have always been saying that they need it. And I have always been saying that let's do it. And I think the president, let's do it. And I think the president, this government is doing it. Give some tax waivers to some of this private government is doing it. Give some tax waivers to some of this private companies of Farmtown, Loba Tuta. We also did they did the coronation on Saturday. Togbi Techi there. On Saturday, Togbi Techi there. Hey, did I say Togbi? So they say Anansa. Anansa Techi the 7th. That was also done. So quite a number of things over the weekend as far as the Easter celebration is concerned. But I clear now. I clear. Easter finish. I clear.
Yesterday I read on the friend's state, which was like the holiday is over, right?
Yes,
go and iron.
Yes.
And I hope most of you are at work now.
Yes.
How was it?
Yes.
Most of you are at work now.
Yes.
How was it?
Yes.
Those of you that have finished spending your salaries, I beg you, go and look for pure water. When you pure water, when you close at 5, start selling the traffic. Close at 5, start selling the traffic. To support yourself for the rest of the month. Hey.
Anyway, so now you talked about sachet water, right?
Yes.
It's a conversation we should be having this morning, I guess. I mean, so I think there is this directive that, I mean, a proposal that came last week.
Yeah.
The price of sachet water would have to go up. But that decision was rescinded, I think, yesterday or so, that they've taken a second look at the decision. I don't know if you have followed carefully. What exactly is the issue at hand?
Okay, so the Association of Sachet Water Producers actually came out to put out a communique that they were going to increase the prices of sachet water. But then again,
price factoring.
No,
so what they're doing is they are selling them. Yes, so probably if you're buying the whole bag, which is now sold at 10, 12,
depending on which
where you are buying from, 10, 12, then it's now moving to 15 cedis.
No way.
Right. So how much will you sell a sachet?
Unit, yeah.
You know, so would that be like you're mentioning 1 cedi? Then if that happens, what happens to the bottled water?
Yeah.
Would they also ask for an increment or what have you? But so I think it boils down to issues about import of some raw materials and what have you. I think one of the what's the word? The rubbers or whatever is used.
So the high cost of the polymer.
Exactly, that's the word.
They're also associating it to the Middle East conflict.
Exactly. No, but to a large extent, yes. Some of these things we import them from all the way from all these areas. Yeah. So once there is that sort of turmoil in that area, it becomes difficult to trade. And that is it. The war in the Middle East, it's not more like a civilian target, but it's more like a trade war. Do you get it? Because yes, economies are crashing because most of the economies rely heavily on the Middle East for fuel. True. And some of these products. So once there is that sort of distortion here and there, it becomes very difficult.
We have little chemistry, I know. Polymer is obtained, I think it's the natural form of polythene. So let me just oppose it with how we get cotton from the cotton plant, how we get silk from raccoon, right? That is the same way we get.
Let's get a bit people who are closer, who understand this more than you and I. I don't know if we have our guest on the line. We do. Do we have?
Do we?
Okay. So I understand we have. Okay. All right. So Kofi Addo is on. Mr. Kofi Addo, he is the Chief Commercial Officer and Director of Industrial Development. He is joining us via phone for this conversation. Kofi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you too? And happy Easter.
The same to you.
Right.
And thank you for the opportunity to explain one or two things on the discussions.
Okay.
So on behalf of the Minister of Trade, I would like to also say good morning and happy Easter to your cherished listeners.
Very well. Kofi, now tell us, what exactly is the situation? What's the issue? What's at hand?
Yeah. So just before I get into the issue, I heard your discussions on the polymers.
Okay.
The polymers are hydrocarbons,
okay,
and they are major derivatives of petrochemicals. So there are different forms of polymers that are used for different things. But for the sachet bags, these are special derivatives that are derived from petrochemicals.
Okay.
So that is what I wanted to make it clear.
Okay.
Now, If you recall, last week we got the information that the producers of the sachet rubbers have increased their prices, and it's going to take effect yesterday. That was 6 April. On Friday, the minister directed that we should quickly engage the producers and the manufacturers so that we could meet to have a discussion, a holistic discussion on the whole matter.
Okay.
Remember, every pessoa that you put on sachet water affects the life of every vulnerable home, every vulnerable society, and every livelihood of Ghanaians. So that is why the ministry, with the support of the association, intervened that the increment should be suspended until we have had this discussion scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay. So as it stands now, that decision or directive has been halted. Is that correct?
Exactly so.
Kofi, in as much as we are looking at that situation, I was asking Karen, is it time we look inward so that some of this products or materials can be locally produced, so we don't heavily rely on some sort of imports?
In fact, you are speaking to the converted. As part of the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, our mandate, one of the key things that we are looking for is how to enhance production using available raw materials. So if you want to do any industrialization, one of the key things or the drivers is to make sure that you have available raw materials to feed the industries around the clock. So I was listening to your discussions and I was enjoying it. So these are some of the things that we have to quickly look at. First thing, recycle that you talk about.
Yeah.
We must be able to look at the recycle value chain and see if we can turn our used sachets back into the value chain. And then two, innovation is always going on everywhere. I heard you talking about the rubber and other polymers.
Yeah.
The key thing is that our scientists and our researchers, these are some of the key opportunities to look into the details and look at the derivatives that we can use to substitute these petrochemical polymers that we are using.
Now, Kofi, I am also worried about the likelihood that the producers will not agree to your terms, because they also say, or they may make the claim that yes, getting some of these materials is becoming expensive. So of course we need to offload or offset some of this cost onto the end consumer, which becomes you and I. And that should be a legitimate concern. Don't you see that happening? And how do you convince them on, rescinding the decision?
Yeah, that is exactly the reason why the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
So that we can all understand the issues, and then whatever can be done to address some of the concerns that they have raised. That is the ultimate aim of a government. And this is why we are positioned to engage them and to also know the cost inputs into their production, so that whatever we can do to minimize the impact on the consumer, and then to make sure that the companies are also able to produce and get their profit. This will be done at the end of tomorrow's meeting.
Anyway, Kofi, thank you. Before we let you go, maybe your final words. Consumers are watching. The pure water sector is also watching, or the industry is watching. People are really waiting for this particular meeting. And you know how sometimes the system becomes so loose that people capitalize on the earlier directive, not even waiting for the final outcome from your outfit and then the key stakeholders. Maybe your final words in addressing that, so that there wouldn't be any sort of conflict when people step out to buy water, they are buying at 60 pesos or 80 pesos or 1 cedi.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. So, on behalf of the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, our press release was straight to the point that the purported price increment that was supposed to trickle in yesterday has been suspended, pending our meeting with all the stakeholders tomorrow. We want to encourage all the distributors. We want to encourage all the producers that in good faith, as they have been dealing with government over the years, they should also remember that this is the time that we should all work together to make sure that the sector is sanitized, the consumers are not worse off, and the producers themselves are also positioned to produce and produce competitively. So on this note, I want to assure all Ghanaians that the government is more positioned to make sure that we come out from tomorrow's meeting that everybody will be happy.
Okay, Kofi, I said that was actually the last one, but I'm just getting the feed that even before the final outcome, which will probably come out tomorrow, there are people already selling at higher prices, not the 50 pesos price. I don't know if that has been brought to your attention.
I'm just hearing this.
Okay.
So we call on all those people who are doing that to refrain from that exercise.
Okay.
Because we don't want to engage and instill some of these things. The information has gone out, and we are expecting them to abide by what the government has issued.
Okay. Kofi, thank you. We appreciate it. Most definitely, we should speak to you again tomorrow after the meeting.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Very well. Guys, Kofi Addo, he is the Chief Commercial Officer and Director of Industrial Development at Muta, and he has also added his voice to this. So, Karen, the fact is that there is no increment in the price of sachet water as it stands now. A final determination will be made tomorrow when the ministry, together with Kofi, they've not said, okay, if we are unable to be cushioned, then we will now have to increase the price so that we can also meet the demands, right? But it doesn't mean we've gotten to that stage yet where you would increase. And that's what Kofi has clarified. And you mentioned it. So it means that whoever is selling higher than the normal price is doing an illegality.
Yeah.
But what happens? Will the person be arrested? We've seen it in this country. You remember the
water? I also sell the water. I buy from those who produce it and also sell it. So at the Doma, they've been selling it at 6 cedis the bag. The sachet, as it is in it, like the 30 pieces.
Yeah.
6 cedis per bag. I don't know. Some places cost more than 6 cedis. And at first, we used to sell it at 50 pesos, like each is 50 pesos. But it got to a point where others, some other new, the place that I am, some other new sellers came in, and then they've changed it from one, which is 50 pesos now, they sell it at 3 for 1 CD. Even they'll sell one, 50 pesos. So we have no option. Some of us, we've had no option than to also sell it like that. So when we heard the news that the price of the sachet water is going to increase, I think we didn't receive it in good faith. But after I heard that it's been hauled, I think it's a good news for us, because we don't want to go back to selling it at 50 pesos. We want our customers to also enjoy, at least, even though the profit that we used to get when we sell it at 50 pesos at first, now 3 for 1 CD. I think 5 CDs reduction in the profit. First, you get 9 CDs. Now it is only 4 CDs. So I think it is good, for our customers as well. So I think they should do something about it so that it will remain at where it is now, so that our customers will not also suffer. I think that's what I want to know.
Right. Thank you so much, Selikem, for your thoughts there. 055-269-7939. Let's hear your thoughts on it. So you see, even him, from where you sit, left to him alone, he will not increase.
But wait, Ona. How come in Adidome, a bag is sold at 6 cedis? But here in Umofia capital, it is 15, 10, 12.
Hey.
I don't know if you get my point.
I get it.
What's the difference? It's not the same bag that they use.
It will taste different.
Or it is where you get the water.
Yes. So
Accra, we don't have water.
The source of water, the lots of things. So the brand. No, but see, if Saligam is to bring us the water he sells.
And some are selling 5 cities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
So the same thing I said.
No, listen, no, it's a cool parking. Why 7 cities?
Yeah.
Hey.
And here that cool pack is
bro, 15 cities.
Yes. You get it.
Cities.
But it's the same. So it's the same packaging. Now I know that there are some rubbers that are thick.
Yeah.
They are thicker than the others.
Yeah.
You know, so that.
I don't swear.
Yeah.
Napa chafra o say o free.
Yes.
Napa chafra o say o free.
Yes.
Yo.
Ghana for Canada high. And then they see or more to Francis such water then they see then
Mpacho, what mu say? Intokwa na esi wo Russia ni Iran no. US for ne omo ni Russia Iran for ne kunu. Eno ka na netosu biom nso no. Rubber na omo de ye packaging no so ne bo abeye din. Aha anti no. Omo ye rubber na tutu. Meba.
The same water will be torn 10 cities.
Aye.
A bag. The same water will be torn a fence 6 cities. Madam, when you decide Ghana for your crumb for.
Yeah, crumb for the be pa bebre.
Yeah, crumb for Ghana for your share. Obi and me your money you. Say, yeah, change subaya. Yen me your money ye da. And that say, or Tina say, and that say, Ade. It's who on President Ukraine or whatever and to go Mukui. Madam, I know so home. And then if you are Emeka Ushuna, in show we Ghana and we know a friend say, what a event say, dear more yet touching up on things as I said about Mosadi. So what is it? Then how? And show back in I know. Uko baby different. Uko baby different. Since say, show such a back on 2 cities, another 1 city. What are they trying to do to Ghanaians? Are they, madam?
Yes, sir.
I am Munjane.
It's anything I ministry Nakase. What from Pacho? Says I ministry Nakase. You see, on says, oh, to more. Affect to be into a moon so more bamu say, or moshana, or more than never better to acquaint Sebea or moon to moon. I ain't no. Say about to say, see, dear. Namia do much nano. Won't make a meeting a walk or come once. It's in your bed free.
What can I know? But I did you a fundamental life. Did the company you? It's funny, said, what to you more be as a bit on the circle, overhead and I say, now 1 year, you man, no better way in Ziano. You. Layani, you'll be no queer you.
No cry or fat.
Papa.
And exactly what I was saying, the profiteering thing.
Yeah, I mean, it has been the case.
The ordinary Ghanaian is always looking for an opportunity to make a lot of money at a go. Like
now, it tells you that ordinarily this bag of water, when a Elikem buys this at 6 cities, the caller from WA buys this at 5 cities, it is okay.
Right.
But 10 cities, 15 cities, and I told you that in my area, there is one shop up there. There is another one down here. You buy 15 here. You
that alone, over you see the price of.
Hello. Oh, we lost him. He's actually a producer and was about to explain to us. And he is saying, just before we lost him, he was talking about how where he is in the Western region, they've increased the prices.
Yeah, I mean, and he mentioned that we don't produce.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the matter we said earlier in the morning, can't we, 60 what, 68 years?
69.
69.
69, oh, Randy.
And we can't have rubber producing companies in all the 16 regions.
That's
where are our rich men?
You want to talk, then they will say, oh, because of the electricity consumption rate and other things, that is why they are factoring inside. But what we want to say is that the government will have to put its foot on the ground. Because some of this indiscipline, they have to stop it, because you cannot do that and then say, oh, the government has increased price of things when the inflation the citizens. But individuals will go ahead and then increase price of that is exorbitant charges, which is too much. The one who takes such money, in fact, it doesn't help us. Charges, which is too much. The one who takes such money, in fact, it doesn't help us. You see. So let the government make sure that some of this indiscipline. So let the government make sure that some of this indiscipline must stop, because the government cannot.
All of us. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and indeed. Now, and I am worried, and this is it, because how porous our political system is.
Yeah.
The sort of propaganda we were born to witness. Don't be surprised that in some days to come, the opposition might even capitalize on this.
Oh yeah.
And or the 10 cities.
Yeah.
You know, before they now come in to try and ameliorate the problems here and there. And that's how come Kofi's reactions. I mean, I feel it's a way to go. But we just hope and pray that, look, as time goes by, we should be able to produce these things locally.
Yeah.
Some of these rubbers, polymers, or however it's called, we try as much as possible to produce. And that was what they did. That's how come we moved to 50 pesos. So people were selling like 2 or 3 for like 1 CD. Thereabout and all of that. Anyway,
but then again, Randy, something bothers me, because you see, as someone will say, as we are in Ghana here, there are a lot of things that we really depend on other countries to get. A lot of things. So I think over the weekend in the news, we heard of some trucks of onions being halted in Nigeria from Niger. And now I tell you that if those trucks are not cleared for them to get to Ghana within the shortest possible time, you will go to the markets to buy onion, and they'll tell you because of those trucks, and put in our kitchen. So, cause where it's getting to, and put in our kitchen. So, cause where it's getting to, and it's bad too. And it's bad, like onions, beans, tomato, what else? Like onions, beans, tomato, what else? Oranges, pepper.
Yam, cassava.
Yam too.
Okro. Yam, cassava.
Yam too.
Okro.
That's what they brought us.
Every day we will come back. Imagine, Nigeria says they won't sell. But you saw, look at Burkina Faso, for instance. They won't sell. What happens? Meanwhile, we have a local industry. I said, when you go to Agod.
Because last month alone, woman increased rubbers about twice. Since you 1 kilo of the rubber, no, almost 50 Ghana cities, 1 kilo. Almost 50 cities from the white men. It's material, no offer material. Then papa, you need your baba after the meeting. It's in Sabah, but you have boy pardia. The government should hold them responsible. Because we don't too many times a government be a friend saying, or catch the one. Na yeah local say if I say I am praying for a muka daily basis.
Okay, very well.
But me declaring now.
Okay, very well.
But me declaring now on air. It's yema abano enko abrofono on air. It's yema abano enko abrofono on follow all the white mesa. Follow all the white mesa. Produce rubber no. On call them. Now on show on you produce rubber no. On call them. Na on show on your mbili na entimi mboa ye no mo mbili na entimi mboa ye locals no me ji say ye ne sa na ebe boa ye and now price difference product na free Accra uba bogoso to the branch or a individual me permit me the factory it track co pack na me turn aboarding. Meanwhile, the same underground water na head.
Okay.
No, it's no what.
Okay.
No, it's no what. Friends say, even parking of an is parking. And also separate from the printed one.
Okay. All right.
I didn't be a word. Didn't be a mistress. You better pay one more or more.
Okay. Well, point well made,
Okay.
and we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the clarification that we've been looking out for as well. And that's it. I mean, I don't know if we can answer the last call or we just end it there as well. But and that's why it's very important for that particular stakeholders engagement tomorrow. And we just hope that look there will be a finality to it. Those producing the rubbers, as he mentioned, will also be at that particular meeting, so they can trash this out once and for all. And I think I understand. I agree with them partially in the sense that if I am getting my material at higher price, definitely I would have to add something to it to cover up for the price difference. Yeah, and then that's why government needs to intervene. So we hope Kofi and his people will.
Vibe, another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate.
Untreated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside
isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people. By me, Graham Smorgan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. And as one, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as the Caribbean. Jamaica, right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it low. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. Now a new day of justice is born. We say, Mahama, justice must come, yeah. Now a new day of justice.
Welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, 7th April 2026. Yeah, celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let's take a look at our list of celebrants for this morning. Today, yeah, here on the WoezorTV Breakfast. Yeah, happy birthday to you. May this year be a great one for you. May be an amazing year, beautiful year for you. And may all that you pray for come to pass. Hey, sorry, Gladys, this is coming from Randy Haji. At WoezorTV to you. Yeah. Facha me makani ye Gladys. So yeah, from Randy here at WoezorTV, wishes you a great year, beautiful year, an amazing year. Have a great birthday, Gladys. Happy birthday to you. Away from Gladys, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Okay, so Gideon Archer, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Have a great year, have a blast, and may this year come with all of the goodies you've prayed for, and may the Lord bless this new year for you. Happy birthday to you, Gideon Archer. Away from Gideon, let's celebrate another amazing personality here this morning on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Away from Gideon. Okay, let's celebrate here Reverend Patrick Mauli Kujo this morning. Let's celebrate Reverend Patrick Mauli Kujo. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you from the entire ICGC family in Koforidua. They wish you a great year, beautiful year, an amazing year, filled with lots of God's blessing, lots of God's love. So yeah, happy birthday to you, Reverend Patrick Mauli Kujo. We pray that this year will be a blessed one for you, a beautiful one for you, that all that you do in this year and beyond will be great. Head Pastor, ICGC Faith Sanctuary in Koforidua. So Reverend Kujo, happy birthday to you. Away from Rev, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Glory, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Glory. May this year be an amazing one for you. May it be a beautiful year. Maybe a great year for the Lord of God's love here. We celebrate you so much here at WoezorTV. Happy birthday to you. Away from Glory, who are we celebrating again? Nathaniel Appington, happy birthday to you. And this is coming from Mimi and son to you. She said I should wish you a great year, a beautiful year filled with lots of God's love. So yeah, happy birthday to you, Nathaniel and son. Yeah, happy birthday to you. The Lord bless this new year for you. Moving on from Nathaniel, who do we have again celebrating a birthday? Okay, to my amazing sister, my amazing friend, amazing singing partner, from as long as I can remember, yeah, Michelle Tele Adote, happy birthday to you, Melka. May this year be a great year for you, maybe an amazing year, maybe a beautiful year filled with lots of God's love and God's blessing. Yeah, I love you so much, and on the occasion of your birthday, I can only pray for God's blessings, more and more of God's blessings, more of God's favor on you, increase in every aspect of your life, increase on every side, and yes, cheers to a greater and better new year. Happy birthday to you, Michelle Adote. Away from Michelle, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Okay, that will be it for birthdays here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe this morning. Please do want to keep your wishes coming into our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939 055-269-7939. Let's share in your special day and that of your loved ones. Randy Haji is on standby for the newspaper review. Randy.
All right, now thank you so much. Yes, indeed, the holidays are over. The papers are back, giving us all that we need to know. Let me take you straight to the dashboard. Let's see what they are reporting. Daily Graphic, side chicks. That's according to what the paper is reporting. Minority slums government over poor business policies, and also deliver value of face sanctions get fund to contractors. Let's move on to the Overseer newspaper. Metro Mass secures 100 buses, more expected to boost public transport. So now the conversation we've been having as far as the transport sector is concerned, hopefully sole sourcing and a big push, says procedure should not suffocate progress. And that's it with the newspaper headline segment. We'll just take a quick breather when we return. Now comes your way with the WoezorTV news report. Stay with us.
your favorite green pineapple. Your favorite green pineapple and turmeric, pineapple beetroot, pineapple and ginger, and healthy green. Green Line fruit juice and smoothies, powered by nature.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Mahama is the lead summit, a high-level gathering of health leaders, world leaders, health ministers, and global health experts, which he will chair alongside French President Emmanuel Macron. Upon his arrival, President Mahama was warmly welcomed by a group of Ghanaian families living in Lyon, many of whom turned out enthusiastically to meet their president on Easter Monday. Following the summit on Tuesday, the president is expected to travel to Paris for a bilateral meeting with President Macron at the Élysée Palace in France. Other stories, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly AMA has confirmed that trading will not be permitted on the Kaneshi footbridge once the planned rehabilitation works are completed. The head of public affairs in a statement, the authority identified the affected product as Vistex CD4 Advanced Disease Test Kit with lot number 00001586. It explained that these kits are counterfeit and do not meet approved standards. According to the FDA, the wrong fake kit wrongly lists Omega Diagnostics Limited as the manufacturer. In contrast, the genuine Viskit CD4 test kits are produced by Akubio Limited and carry a different lot number 00002172 along with proper product details. The authority also pointed out clear inconsistencies in dates printed on the product. It said the falsified kits showed incorrect manufacturing and expiry dates. The authority said the presence of falsified HIV test kits poses a serious threat to public health. And to some other news, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry has suspended the planned increase in sachet water prices, meaning the prices will remain unchanged. The decision, supported by producer associations, aims to protect consumers.
Have increased their prices, and it's going to take effect yesterday. That was 6 April. On Friday, the minister directed that we should quickly engage the producers and the manufacturers so that we could meet to have a discussion, a holistic discussion on the whole matter. Remember, every pesewa that you put on sachet water affects the life of every vulnerable home, every vulnerable society, and every livelihood of Ghanaians. So that is why the ministry, with the support of the association, intervened that the increment should be suspended until we have had this discussion scheduled for tomorrow. As part of the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, our mandate, one of the key things that we are looking for is how to enhance production using available raw materials. So if you want to do any industrialization, one of the key things or the drivers is to make sure that you have available raw materials to feed the industries around the clock. So these are some of the things that we have to quickly look at. First thing, recycle that we talk about. We must be able to look at the recycle value chain and see if we can turn our used sachets back into the value chain. And then two, innovation is always going on everywhere. The key thing is that our scientists and our researchers, these are some of the key opportunities to look into the details and look at the derivatives that we can use to substitute these petrochemical polymers that we are using. The information has gone out, and we are expecting them to abide by what the government has issued.
And now moving on to other stories. The government has announced plans to establish 50 farmer service centers across the country, equipped with over 4,000 agricultural machines such as tractors, combine harvesters and threshers to support farmers. These centers will function as integrated hubs, also providing maintenance services to keep equipment in good condition. In addition, the facilities will serve as training grounds where registered farmers can learn modern farming techniques to improve productivity and efficiency. The initiative would begin with the groundbreaking of the first center in Afram Plains as part of broader efforts to modernize agriculture, boost mechanization, and promote sustainable growth in the sector. Time now for some international news.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
We're back for sports update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfred Amorfo. Let's start from the Ghana Premier League. Remember yesterday I told you that there will be a game which will be played between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and FC Samates. Yesterday that game, which was scheduled around 4:30 p.m. was rained off after a downpour in Kumasi. Now Baba Yara Sports Stadium, the pitch was not playable, and so the coach had to call off that game. It is being rescheduled to be played today at 9 a.m. and so we are barely 16 minutes away from that game. Kotoko in the first half looked impressive in that game. They opened some chances but failed to. In the we have Bayern Munich, who have already traveled to Spain to take on Real Madrid, the champions or the kings of the UEFA Champions League. Of course, they know how to play than any other team in this competition. So as part of that, both teams have been talking. Vincent Kompany is the head coach of Bayern Munich. He has been talking about. Before that, we will also look at what Vinny Jr. has been saying about that game. This is Real Madrid's preparation towards today's game, which will be a decider, and that of course Madrid will come higher, and people are even tipping that if Madrid is able to eliminate or overcome Bayern Munich, then they stand more favorite to win this season's Champions League in that regard. But then let's listen to Vincent Kompany on Real Madrid's game tonight. During the press conference yesterday.
I think everything is important in this type of games, and about the fact that it's the first time. I think important is to have a first time. You know, you have to be a first time journalist. You have to be a first time coach and player in any situation. But the feeling for us, I think, is more that we have a lot of experience in this type of games. I think you have to respect that this game is partially played by tactics, but mainly played by details because of the quality of just the 11 players for both teams that are starting the game, and the ones that can still come onto the pitch and change the games. But to give an exact game plan, I mean, it's a little bit, you talk about Real Madrid, and of course, the version of Real Madrid that we have to prepare for is the best Real Madrid. The one that we saw against Man City, the one that performed in that game, that's what we have to prepare for. And then if you base it on that Real Madrid, then, it's still one of the best teams in Europe. It's still, maybe the toughest game you can play away from home in this competition. So those are all reasons in my eyes that make it a positive experience. We want to play this game and we want to win the game.
Eine Reihe dahinter, Christian Falk für die Sportbild.
I'm sure he has said it all. If you want to prepare against Real Madrid, you prepare against the best side of Real Madrid that we all know, not against the worst side of the primary aim and the focus is that the players will be able to concentrate and do double things on the field of play. You remember the trajectory of Arsenal from this year coming. You see, even over the weekend, what happened to them in the FA Cup, and so it's at the back of their minds going into this game. They hold its high esteem. So you see what will happen at 7 p.m. Two big games: Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Sporting CP. Then Arsenal. I don't know where your interest be. I don't know where you'll be watching. I mean, the biggest of it will be Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and we've given you that update. Thank you for doing the watching. My name is Godfred Amoafo. Asantwa will bring you the entertainment. So do stay as we go for this quick break.
The best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Good morning, welcome back from the quick break. You're still watching the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. I am Evergreen Asanto and this is the entertainment update. This morning I've got news for you as people are still talking about Kanye West, known as years for long-lasting music.
Nigerian music is drifting towards a place where niggas are not putting in so much effort in the art anymore. And that is also hurting my culture. Niggas are just playing with music these days and really not digging the sound, trying to improve shit, trying to improve the craft, and the whole creativity around it is just like quick money, and it is really deepening the audience because now the audience are used to a level of music and the new generation, that level of music is what they are growing to, so they are even doing worse. And I also don't want to pin that on the globalization of Afrobeats. That could also be one of the reasons, but in general it's a good thing. Africa to the world, Afrobeat to the world is happening. People are getting to know us from our music. I just want and wish that we could just like strive to raise the bar up a little more with the craft, you know. Afrobeats. Nigerian music is drifting towards a place where niggas are not putting in so much effort in the art anymore. and that is also.
So that is Omale for you on Views Friends, and that's his take on Afrobeat, or the current state of Afrobeat and what is happening with the Nigerian movie industry. Patience Ozoko. Now, she has raised concerns about financial struggles in Nollywood and blaming the lack of royalties. Speaking on Curiosity Made Me Ask, she explained that actors are typically paid only once, even when films continue to generate revenue. Now, she said the system forces many actors into financial difficulty and has pushed some toward platforms like YouTube for more sustainable income. And I think with that, we can all attest to it, because we see a lot of movies on YouTube lately. And this is an experienced veteran actor speaking. So she has the experience. She knows how the system works. And that is what is she is currently saying. And we've seen a lot of actors come out. That comes to mind. Happening, and they are not just having the YouTube channels, they are producing the movies too, good ones, as a matter of fact, that you can watch. Now, Kanye's story and my last story this morning. So the UK government is also reviewing whether Kanye West also did here and there, and I always say that in as much as we are free to share opinions and views, sometimes you must be cautious and also careful. Now, this is a man who made some remarks. And this is the same man who apologized. And this is the same man who apologized, but is still suffering the consequences. Of his action. But I just hope that they will allow
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Reducing bacteria, the normal bacterial activity in your mouth. And when you do it the last thing before bedtime, at the same time, you're reducing bacterial activity from interacting on the food particles that are left in between the teeth, from creating holes in your teeth and giving you bleeding gums. The second thing I would like you to do is use something new.
Alright, so welcome back. Thank you for still staying with us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Gradually we're heading to the last leg of the conversation about the show right here on WoezorTV. Nice, still here. Let's have an interesting conversation this morning, right? We've been talking about it, but gradually I think it's getting to the crescendo of it. My friend will always say crescendo. But you look at the footbridges here in Accra. I don't know about other parts though, but I hear Kumasi also has a similar issue where people just take advantage of the footbridge and then they decide to do their hawking or selling on that. But here in Accra, as you can see on the screen, AMA bans trading on Kaneshi footbridge after rehabilitation. So the footbridge I know had a problem some time back. It had to be worked on and bring it back to its state in which it should be, the right state in which it's supposed to be. But there is a ban. AMA has given a directive that henceforth no selling, no trading on the footbridge. I don't know where you stand on this particular one, but now I'll bring you in quickly whilst we work to speak to the people who came up with this directive. That's your area, right? That's your hood.
KN.
How bad is the situation?
It is very bad. Randy, you see, from whenever where people descend, makeup like she sells. A whole church she sells where people descend, makeup like she sells. A whole church she sells.
So that's like a shop.
Just hey, she has done her own.
So that's like a shop.
Just hey, she has done her own stand, like everything. Stand like everything you want, like any makeup product from beginning to the end, you get it there. And you want like any makeup product from beginning to the end, you get it there. And it goes like that. That is how so people have their spaces. They've demarcated it
on the footbridge.
Yes, and you dare not push anybody's thing away. Like people are walking on the footbridge and decide to stop to buy maybe sandals or bow or everything you want. You get there, from sweets to underwear. Share. Okay, they are selling like it's a busy market.
I haven't really paid attention to the Kaneshi footbridge.
Kaneshi.
I think the one at way after that's Spanner, right?
Spanner, yeah.
Spanner. Then the one at Medina.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the one at Medina is quite bustling. It's just like Kaneshi.
Yeah,
so
okay.
A lot of people use that side, but is it for you to see how they place it? But there are some places where if you are selling there, it's like you are in isolation.
Nobody will come.
No one comes there. Because my mother has a store inside the market like that. Nah, we just pack things there because if you are selling there, bro, you're just going to run at a loss. People don't come there. And so imagine somebody wants a store and that's the big one. See, man, you'll be walking on it and you feel people's footsteps. It was that crazy. Like, no, let me hurry up and get down. Hey, what if it first falls like that? Like, and this is where people are selling and to them business is booming. Nothing is wrong.
Okay, is it the fact that our taste bud brings them onto the footbridge or the roads? When I say our taste bud, I'm referring to now you go to the mall.
Yeah.
You chase after the wear. You chase after the product you want to buy. You go inside, no matter what.
Yeah. Why are we not bridge? People selling there, like since.
So even before the market was refurbished into a modern market?
Oh no, that modern market it's been a long time more.
Okay.
I think it was the time a long time more.
Okay.
I think it was the time of JJ Rollins or a champion, one of them.
Okay.
So time of JJ Rollins or a champion, one of them.
Okay.
So that's been a long time. Okay,
we appreciate your time this morning. First of all, can you confirm to us the directive that we have gotten that there is a ban on the the usage of the footbridge in Kaneshi for trade purposes?
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. Of course, yes, the Mayor Honorable Michael Kwakwalute has ordered that the Kaneshi footbridge be closed for pedestrian usage, looking at issues of structural defect and public safety. That is what has happened, and as I speak to you, the bridge is not in use now.
Okay, but you talk about rehabilitation being done on the footbridge. Has that been completed?
Can you please come again?
So I'm asking about the rehabilitation exercise of, work that has been done. Is that completed?
No, it has not been completed. Okay. Of course, there are concerns that why have we not even started work and the bridge has been closed. Just as I said, issues of safety is very, very key in what government is doing. And as such, Mayor Honorable Michael Kwakwalute has said that he cannot sit down for any disaster to happen. If you look at the bridges, for instance, for the second bridge, for instance, all the concrete slabs had cracked. And if you are up there, there are instances where you can even see from the top to the down. So it's important to ensure that the bridge is closed before measures are put in place to get it repaired. As I speak to you, a lot more engagement has gone on, and soon we'll move into ensure that the bridge is repaired together with our other stakeholders.
Gilbert, do we know what the major contributing factor is as far as the damages that have been meted out onto this bridge? Is it the overload that it carries on daily basis, or is just outmoded? It's been in existence for a while.
If you look at since the bridge was constructed, exactly the same time we had the Kaneshi market. This is somewhere around the 1980s. We've experienced some level of repairs or maintenance work on the bridge. I think the last one was around 2015, 2009. There was some form of repairs. This repair is one of the major, and I can state that if you look at the structural integrity and analysis that was done by engineers, it was quite clear that the sea breeze is also contributing. Now, aside that, there are other aspects of disaster in the city.
Okay, so that is clear. The reason for the ban now is because of the repairs that will be done to the bridge, if that is what you have just explained to us. But in the meantime, we know that footbridge serves as a major point of crossing for pedestrians and what have you. In the meantime, how are you controlling the traffic situation in that area? How are people able to cross from one end to the other, knowing so well that the bridge that is supposed to be used is under construction?
Yes, that is also very, very important. And when the works were being done, the mayor was there to supervise everything. If you look at the bridge, especially the one closer to the Pamplum, some routes, alternative routes have been created. We've had some zebra crossings there to aid pedestrians in crossing. Aside that, the Kaneshi police is also playing an important role, together with task force from the assembly who have been stationed there permanently to aid pedestrians and direct traffic within that particular area. So that has been created. Currently, we are looking at positioning some JC barriers there tonight. Aside that, all what we are supposed to do to aid pedestrian crossing within that area has been done. And we are hoping just as the mayor has said, that cooperation is very, very key, especially when it comes to the enforcement of some of these regulations. Drivers should cooperate with traffic officers that have been placed there. Aside that, they should also follow, pedestrians will also follow whatever they will tell them. Don't cross the road from areas that have not been designated for crossing purposes.
Okay, that's fair. I'll come and ask. I'll ask you about the duration, how long we ought to wait for this to be completed. But there are 2 footbridges we know in that area. Is the repairs work being, done on these 2 footbridges?
Yes, the repair work is being done on the 2 footbridges, and if are moving to respond to the duration, we are looking at between 6 to 9 months for the work to be completed. Aside that, we also want to capitalize on the window. You know, there's going to be some drainage construction within that particular area, and there is indication that the road would also be closed. So we will use that window to ensure that the work on that particular enclave is done, so that at least when the road is also open to traffic, the bridge would also be functional to aid pedestrian movement within the Kaneshie area.
Gilbert, I'm worried. You know why? Because the rains are almost here, and we know that enclave as well to be more like a waterlogged, a water-prone area, a flood-prone area. I mean, if this is also going to take 6 to 9 months, that's quite a long time to go. Can this not be done earlier than possible?
If you listen to the engineers, of course, that is the timing they have allocated.
Okay.
But as a city, the Mayor, Honorable Michael Papalote, has not been sitting down, not looking at issues of flooding. We've been to the Kaneshie area to look at what the assembly can do to prevent the reoccurrence of their waste to responsible waste management operators. We have assigned them. It will go a long way to help in dealing with the situation.
Gilbert, when is work starting?
Work is supposed to that. So we cannot sit down for anything to happen. Hence the closure of the bridge now, whilst engineers also assess what is supposed to be done thoroughly, so that the repair works can be done.
Limit this conversation to just Kaneshie, even though that's the subject matter for the morning. But looking at some other footbridges under your watch, is AMA considering some other footbridges also for repairs?
As a city, if you look at our jurisdiction, this is one of the major footbridges we are looking at. But that notwithstanding, the assembly is collaborating with our sister assemblies, and we are looking at assessing a lot more of these bridges to the extent of even preventing trading activities on the bridge, and even hoisting of advertorials. Some of these things, you see the bridges like that, and the rails are is supposed to move with, and Honorable Michael Papalote, Mayor of Accra, has ensured that his tactics with respect to engagement has played an important role. For the Kaneshie market, for instance, we've had traders there, and he has engaged them periodically to the extent that he has even given them capital to inject in their business. As I speak to you now, the traders who used to be on the bridge are no longer on the bridge. We've found places for them in the market. Some capital has also been given to them to inject in their business as they move to these new locations. So the engagement seems to be working, and as a city, we are going to capitalize on that and intensify engagement to let them understand the need to move away, not just the use of enforcement. But enforcement plays an important role, but we are going to do it holistically to get the job done.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the 24-hour markets as well. How far with that?
Yes, and with respect to that one, once again, as a city, we want to thank the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for that laudable initiative, because as a city, it's going to play an important role to help in managing the congestion and also opening the city up for a lot more of business. We at Accra Metropolitan Assembly, we are looking at the Agboglusin area to position this market. What is supposed to be done is currently ongoing. Building inspectors, our engineers are out there on the field to do the necessary assessment, and we are quite hopeful. Just as the mayor has said, funds are ready, and very soon we'll see these markets coming up. And it wouldn't be restricted to the AMA zone alone. It's going to be all over within the various MMDAs we have in the country, and this is going to go a long way to boost activities.
Gilbert, thank you. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, my brother. And before I go, we can't discuss issues without saying a little about sanitation. I just want to call on everybody, all citizenry. We have to be responsible. Let us desist from dumping into drains, and collectively, we will be able to build a city and Accra where we can all live in and love it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, Gilbert, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning as well. Well, viewers, there you had head of public affairs at the AMA, Gilbert Ni Ankra, adding his voice to read. So indeed, the work will start in 2 months' time, according to what Gilbert has mentioned, and it's expected that between 6 months and then 6 to 9 months, the work should be completed, or the rehabilitation should be completed on these 2 footbridges in Kaneshie. And then he spoke about how to take the people off the footbridges. I mean, the people who trade or sell. Well, there can always be an alternative, but I always say that, look, when we continue to add the next election phase to some of these things, it will continue to happen over and over and over again. The law is the law. If we have to enforce, we need to enforce. If we would have to create enough space, but shadow you have your words just on the pavement. Just on the pavement. Look at it. Look at how people are struggling. But I am even concerned about some of the raw foods, like vegetables, fruits.
You find fruits and
on this area. Okay. Then that's fine. That one they don't do it.
You get sweets or toffees, right? Recently it rained. They had not finished covering up everything. So I think 2 days ago, I was on that stretch. And then I just decided to pee. And guess what? Plastics have been
choked.
I just decided to pee. And guess what? Plastics have been
choked
in the side where the drainage had not been closed. I'm like, in Ghana here, you do drains and then you cover it up. What we know very well, the things that choke our drainage. So now that they are closing up those drainages,
somebody is also heading, like I mentioned, going to Winneba and all of that. You have to transit through that place. So the traffic over there is going to be crazy.
Very, very, very crazy. Very crazy.
The 6 to 9 months there, Charlie. We beg.
And again, the just under the footbridge, that is where some people have used as stations.
Yeah.
So not even the Takrady people, they are a bit far, but right
taxis.
Under, so the taxis,
Oh no, so it's the same thing. Even on the motorway. So I mean, once the thing is under construction, the what's the word? The congestion will be there. Yeah. The inconvenience will also be there. So we just have to bear with them for a while and then pray and hope that they stick to the time. If it is 6 months, it is 6 months. If it is 9 months, it is 9 months. Because from all indications, they are ready. Yeah. Funds should be available. So there can't be a
graphic road to Kaneshie.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah.
You will sleep and wake up.
Yeah. Because that's actually a crowd. That's
graphic road.
So the pressure to Mokola anytime flavor. So
it wasn't easy, but we just wish them the very best. And I like the fact that they are not taking chances at all and have closed down I've halted movement on the footbridge. we don't want to hear, hey, and people were walking and then it fell.
It fell. Then it was, yeah. Now we have to talk to Aban Beboy.
Condolences fee.
Baby, Empe. Yeah, Nisa. Yemfa Mudi pa. Nemfa Mudi.
What does it mean? What are you trying to say?
Make steady. Let's try hard.
What did you say?
Yemfa Mudi.
I don't understand what you want to say, but anyway.
Make steady. Let's look focus. How do you guys say it's injury? Yeah, it's the same thing.
How do they say?
Famodin. Huh? Charlie, let's take a break.
Please, can somebody help me? How to find it? Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Social media.
Welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast.
Social media.
Welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. And yes, it's time for What's Trending with yours truly, Karen. You are not excited, Karen. You are not excited, Randy Haji.
Yeah.
I said it's time for What's Trending. You clap your hands. They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because I think a friend won an award like that. Wasn't of that guy in Aplau. Oh, yeah, they do. They have, yeah, they do.
So
yes, maybe it's not as big as we have the teachers one where a whole day is dedicated where everybody is aware of it. But I know the nurses and doctors, they also have something like that. Yeah, they do. Oh, how have I forgotten that guy's name? Yeah,
your own friend.
Yeah, they do.
So, there's this midwife in somewhere in Ashanti region, St. Mary's Anglican Clinic. It's in. We start donating incubators. Right there, we have delivery sets. We do autoclaves, right? We move to the incubators very soon. Amen. When do we receive it?
Amen.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
So this is the improvised incubator where maybe no midwife can also do the asking to skin for the newly born except the mother if the father is around. And so they came up with, I'll say, a brilliant idea of using what we call the sieve, right? So they put the kids, the babies in that Moses basket. And sometimes she was giving, let us take a look at the video very soon. She said they take cho with some of these things. Like, and let's imagine when they're newborn baby in cho. Is that how we introduce the kids to hardship of this world?
Infusion I hanging case man gloves wom. Na adie we ewo ho ni ntino. O kwa o matena adie we ewo ho ni ntino. O kwa o matena buka wo de ya refer nyina ehwemu bi. Buka wo de ya refer nyina ehwemu bi. Tese obi bia so ne ba ne sunsu ni mu yie. Tese be ne den enne ma asa adwen we e ba mitine mu no. Eye bibi to say improvise incubator ya light wom e be ma e show kakra na ade we e wo ho ni ntino. O kwa o matena buka wo de ya refer nyina ehwemu bi. Tese obi bia wom nya afi na ade ne be gugugu wona so na so niam abobo uhu ne wo ye I hired St. Mary's Anglican Clinic.
60 what years?
69.
We have to improvise. Incubator. Yet people are chopping our monies here and there, taking the taxpayers' money, stealing, and then all they do is travel, go and hide somewhere. Nobody can do them fuku. And this is the state of our health sector in some regions, in some districts. And these are the people who are the poor, I mean the poorest of the poor, if that is even a correct English to say.
Yeah.
They don't have anything. And that is the situation in which they are. It's a the ones who will be doing their, I mean, and you see nurses in their uniforms and they are putting it on screen, on social media and all of that. At a point, you know, social media and all of that. At a point, you know, they don't even wear their uniforms home.
A lot.
Yes.
Oh, no. Actually, I learned that is one of the things they are being advised.
I think it's even part of their law or rules or whatever.
See,
their law or rules or whatever.
See, sometimes, you know, they are like, it's a respectable, sometimes, you know, they are like, it's a respectable profession.
Noble, they call it a noble profession.
A noble profession.
That narrative should also be
It's hard, right?
Changed. Yeah.
See, Ghana Nurses and Midwives Association, we beg you, as part of we understand your advocacy roles and things, but you see this side of the profession too, please, let's be checking it. And some of these workers in the rural areas, these hard to reach areas where we don't see a lot of people. If it's hard though, that you go to some communities, fetal Doppler, a fetal Doppler is an equipment. It's just like handheld thing that's used to check the heartbeat of a baby in the mother's womb, and they don't have. I have been to health centers, chief compounds that don't have blood pressure monitor.
That has no road. That has no drinking water.
Yeah.
That has no school. That has no clinic. Yeah. Okay, if there is clinic, there is nothing in there, and you are happy. You raised that point that Greenma, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. What are they doing? The people, innocent children, who find themselves in states where, Charlie, it's not their fault, regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we just hope something good comes out of it. Because see, let's look at the reactions. Jenny Man says, beautiful improvisation. They should tell the basket weaver to create a separate little storage pocket on the side, so those accoutrements can be stored in it without it being hindrance or obstruction to the child. Yeah, I think they can consider that too. Kwabla says, it's disheartening that we are still dealing with incubator shortages in this day and age. These are fundamental tools that every hospital should have. Unfortunately, not. Hadassah says, it will always be from the district. These district nurses and midwives are doing the Lord's work. Honestly. Obaya says, yet they don't receive enough regard. Poor conditions of service, low salary, etc. Yet they are held accountable for systemic failures, which is not their fault. MKJ says, this is what real impact looks like. Not noise, but action that saves lives. Right, and so that is it for reactions to and yeah, we'll call it a wrap on trends this morning on the WoezorTV breakfast.
A friend, Bernard, who is a nurse, is also watching. He says, I'm even sad this morning.
Honestly, see, when you get into some of the chief's compounds, and I went into one, I think Western North last year, and I saw the delivery bed. I'm like, hey, no, Randy, was that bad that I put.
We can come out of. At least give us 90%, give us 95%. We beg. Anyway, now, okay. So I think we would have to just wrap it up. Let me say a very big thanks to you all for watching from the beginning till now. Thanks to the entire crew for helping put this one together. Hopefully tomorrow at 7, we're back with another edition of the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Thanks to the team. Now, Godfred, Evergreen Asantua, and then the rest of the team. My name is Randy Ahaji. It's a start to a